going to talk about characteristics of organisms. So, to begin with, the essential questions are, what are the basic characteristics of organisms? And 2, how do these characteristics classify organisms into kingdoms? Okay, first we have an organism. An organism is an individual animal, plant, or single-celled life form. Organisms are classified into groups based on their structure and function. And finally, organisms in the same kingdom have similar characteristics. Okay, how will we classify organisms? We will have 4 characteristics to classify organisms. Let's start with their structure. Okay, structure is the arrangement of parts. So we have cellular organization. Do they have eukaryotic or prokaryotic cells? So we just learned about the differences between a eukaryotic and a prokaryotic cell. When we look at living things, living organisms, it depends on if the cell has a nucleus or does not have a nucleus that helps identify what the organism is. Number 2, number of cells. Are they unicellular or multicellular? Unicellular means that the organism is one cell. Uni means one. Multicellular, multi means several. So a multicellular organism is going to have several cells. You are a multicellular organism. Function, what they do. Number 3, how they get their nutrients or food. Are they autotrophic or heterotrophic? And we're going to see more about that, and you know that if it's, well, I don't want to give it away, but auto or hetero, the prefix is going to explain a lot about how they get their food. Number 4, how they reproduce. Do they use asexual or sexual reproduction? Characteristics of cellular organization. Prokaryotic cells are microscopic organisms. They have no membrane-bound nucleus, no organelles, they're unicellular, and they're primitive. So a prokaryotic cell, you have to look under the microscope to see it. It does not have a nucleus. It does not have organelles. It's one cell, and it's primitive. It's very simplistic. An example of that would be bacteria and cyanobacteria. Okay, let's look at eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells, they're membrane-bound. They have a membrane-bound nucleus, which contains genetic material. They have organelles found in multicellular or unicellular organisms. They're advanced. And an example is all plants, animals, and protists. So a eukaryotic cell, it has a nucleus, it has organelles, it's multicellular, but it can also be organisms that are made of one cell. It's much more advanced, and examples are plants, animals, and protists. Okay, unicellular. Unicellular consists of a single cell. Many groups of unicellular organisms are bacteria, archaea, protozoa, and algae. Some are prokaryotic and some are eukaryotic, without and with a nucleus in their cells. Multicellular, consisting of many cells, complex organisms, seen with the naked eye. That means you can see it without a microscope. Cells become specialized, such as nerve cells, muscle cells, and brain cells. Some of you might not have known that your organs, you have specific cells that make up that organ. So there are cells specifically for your heart, cells specifically for your nerves, and so on. Characteristic, how they get nutrients or food. Okay, not a trope. An organism that makes its own food. It's a producer. Most produce food through photosynthesis from the sun's energy. An example of that would be green plants. Some produce food through something called chemosynthesis from chemical reactions. These are found, an example are deep ocean communities, so way down at the bottom of the ocean. Next is heterotroph. Heterotroph is an organism that cannot make its own food. It obtains food from eating other organisms, so it's a consumer. Examples are you and me, all animals, protozoan, fungi, and most bacteria. Characteristic type of reproduction. Okay, asexual reproduction. Offspring arise from a single cell or other method. It inherits the genes of only one parent. Offspring identical to parent and 100% of parent's DNA. So something that reproduces with asexual reproduction is the parent uses its own DNA to make the offspring. So it arises from a single cell and inherits all the DNA from the parent. The rate of reproduction is fast. Characteristic type of reproduction. Sexual reproduction. It consists of more than one cell, egg and sperm in humans. Two parents, it gets 50% of its DNA from one parent and 50% of its DNA from the other that will go to the offspring. Offspring are not genetically identical. Rate of reproduction is slow. Classification. Characteristics of organisms are used as a means to classify them into the 6 kingdoms. Let's review. Kingdom Eubacteria, bacteria. It's true bacteria. As you can see, this is a picture of the bacteria that you can see under a microscope. It's true bacteria. It's prokaryotic, unicellular, means it's one cell, autotrophs and heterotrophs, so it can make its own food and it can eat things, spherical or rod-shaped. It's found in soil, rocks, oceans, snow, and living organisms. Kingdom, Archaea bacteria. Archaea. It differs from other bacteria. It's a prokaryotic cell. It's unicellular, autotroph and heterotroph, and it's found in extreme environments such as a hydrothermal vents. Classification. Kingdom Protista. Cannot be classified as animals, plants, or fungus. They are eukaryotes, which means they have a nucleus in their cell. Most are unicellular, autotrophs and heterotrophs. And examples are slime, protozoa, primitive algae. Okay, let's look at the next one. Kingdom fungi. These are multicellular. They're also eukaryotes. All heterotrophs, they're consumers. They consume. They cannot make their own food. Examples are yeast, mushrooms, and ringworm. Kingdom Plantae. They're multicellular, eukaryotes. Most live on land. Autotrophs, so producers make its own food. It provides food for heterotrophs, which means that when we eat our vegetables, we're eating the food that was produced from the plants. Kingdom Animalia. They are multicellular. They're eukaryotes. They live everywhere. They're heterotrophs, which means they're consumers. And as you can see from this picture, it includes all different types of animals. So you have from insects to fish to mammals and everything in between. So all of these things fall under the kingdom Animalia. Okay, let's check for understanding. Can you identify the basic characteristic of organisms? And can you identify how an organism's characteristics classify them into kingdoms? I see that identify is spelled wrong. I'm going to correct this, and I will have the correct version on Canvas for you. All right, thank you, and have a great rest of your day.